I'm going to talk about the sample, my research, what I have done in this area, a snapshot, because it's a huge research, a lot of data involved. What I try to do is get some snapshots about the questionnaires and interviews that I have done. And at last, I'm going to talk about some conclusion and recommendation from my experience on a personal basis and from my research study at the university. When we talk about the factors which influence the technology implementation at NDU, Notre Dame University, I talk about two different factors, the external factors. And when we talk about external factors, as you all know, that the global shift of creating, using, disseminating knowledge, which is facilitated by technology, that was the first external factor. Another important factor which influenced the technology implementation at NDU was what was happening in the culture in general and the society in Lebanon, in the Arab world, worldwide. And then another important external factor was that the technology, it has been a leverage of reform models of higher education in the region. Talking about neoliberal internationalization and quality assurance. With all those universities, the pressure to have so many universities in the area, the internationalization, seeing MIT, seeing Texas A&M, seeing all those universities coming from US, from UK, from Europe to the Arab world, the Arab countries. And of course, one other important thing is talking about quality assurance, the accreditation, the use of technology in the teaching learning process. Okay, those are the main factors, which influence the implementation of technology. And the internal synergy at the university, and again from my study, is the faculty or faculty members' demand for training on technology use. A lot of demand, a lot of requests by faculty members asking for training on technology use. And the second one is faculty demand for the implementation and integration of technology into the curriculum. How can we do that in different subject matter? So those are the two main factors, external and internal factors. Moving to the next slide. Here what we see is a model. It is actually my model, the model I came with, which showed the institutional processes, and it is a ring tree model that was developed at NDU. I'm gonna talk about this model because when we first introduced the e-learning concept, and by the time implementing a virtual learning environment at Notre Dame University, it was back in 2001. And I championed this project. My background is computer engineering, and I thought that if I buy this license of Blackboard, and I went all the way to Dubai, because they have no company here that represents Blackboard at the time, I thought in the back of my mind that if I bring this tool and put it on campus, everybody's going to use it. The university will, all the administrator, student, faculty member will be happy. But I was really wrong by the time. That was in 2001. And I realized that technology can never lead pedagogy. So the journey started here. Blackboard is here. We bought the license. We have it installed. We have it on our campus. I start preaching about, one champion preaching in the whole university about this tool, virtual learning environment. Put your courses online. You can put your PowerPoint presentation. Professor saying, this is my PowerPoint presentation on a floppy diskette. How I'm going to put it on the Blackboard? It took me so many hours to do it. I will never put it, it's mine, all those things. Anyway, but in this model that at Notre Dame University, it is, as I said, it's a ripple. It had a ripple effect. How? For example, you know, the first thing that was when we introduced Blackboard. We didn't have any vision. We didn't have any planning. No structured approach of how to implement the e-learning project at the university. What we have done is we introduced Blackboard. And of course, when I say institutional processes, again, at each level, so many things were happening at the administration level, at the faculty level, and at the student level. I published my data, my research, my PhD dissertation. I would like, you know, after the, you know, anybody who's interested in looking at what happened, you know, I'll be willing to send an email with all the data and all the results and the research questions that I have in this piece of dissertation. At the second phase, we established what we call an e-learning center. Then we formed an e-learning committee. And of course, as I said, I'm not going to go all through what were the objectives, what were the mission of the e-learning center, the e-learning committee. And then we conducted what we call need assessment. Faculty members, we distribute questionnaire, survey. I'm going to just share some of the results with you. We conducted training, and then we enhanced the infrastructure of the university, trying to find some money, some finance for this project. So this is, in brief, the different institutional processes that happened at NDU. My sample, the data is coming from faculty members and from academic administrator. We have 2 surveys, one in the 2007 about attitudes, about what were the self-reported benefits of using technology and Blackboard at NDU. And then I had another survey in 2009. We have 2007, 2009. I have interviewed face-to-face faculty members. I had about 25 interviews about their attitudes. And then, of course, we have the top-level administrator from vice president to deans to the president of the university about their engagement with e-learning. What do they think about technology? Okay, this is my sample of data. Talking about the use of technology, because later on I'll talk about the impact of technology. Use of technology in 2007, if we look at the questions, the items that we have, it's almost 50%, 36%, 16%, you know, the use of technology in 2007. If I move to 2009, and between 2007 and 2009, I did a lot of training. The key issue and the very most important thing is the training. So intensive training, almost on a daily basis at the university, about using technology, about Blackboard, about how to use Blackboard, how to integrate, how. This is some of the data that we had in 2009. And if we look at the numbers, for example, we say like using my student assignment using Excel, PowerPoint, Microsoft, it's increased to 72%. We were in the 50, 49. In my classes, I asked you to communicate, the communication 73%, electronic library resources 62%, and then the last one is 82%. So we see that the number increased from 2007 to 2009 because of the training. If we look at the data I collected from the use of Blackboard, and I put it on in one picture to see the comparison between the blue 2007 and 2009, posting online our course syllabus, 38%, it went up to 89% in 2009. The course document, yani talking about PDF, PowerPoint, all those documents, also increased to 91%. As for the online exam and discussion forums, from 10% to 22%, because for so many reasons about online exams, security. Professors are, even though they are monitored exam. Yani we have a big room that we can accommodate about 150 students at the same time, to do a monitored online exam, but still a lot of professors are reluctant to put their exams on the virtual learning platform. But again, we noticed an increase. For the discussion forum, also we have an increase to 31% in 2009. Also, when we talk about discussion forum and from our culture, the face-to-face issue, the face-to-face issue is still an important thing for our students and faculty members, and that's why the discussion forums didn't go higher, even though the faculty members were trained to how to use the synchronous and asynchronous communication discussion forums with their students. Here, this table, it showed the impact of using Blackboard in 2009. I just want to point to the two numbers here, that how useful do you find Blackboard in providing a convenient online testing for your student? Very useful, 24%. Again, useful, 21%. And then if we look at this is the main one, which is online testing, the one I just discussed now. Some of the results of what was the self-reported benefit of using Blackboard concerning faculty member, what they said in the interview. Some of them said that it met my teaching goals of my courses, increased the contact with my student, provided more prompt feedback to students using such a tool, increased time on task for student, provided a convenient online testing to my student, facilitated more communication among students, facilitated student wider access to course materials, and facilitated more interactivity concerning teaching materials. Again here, this is another table about the impact of technology use in teaching after the training, which was also in 2009. If we look at the active learning, it's increased 82%. Providing feedback from the faculty to the students, 82%. That's what the faculty member reported. 80%, like my teaching effectiveness, they consider it went up to 80%. What were the obstacles to technology implementation? From the study, again, from data, from the research I have done, I'm gonna just, and that's what faculty members said, the two main numbers were lack of institutional planning. This is one thing for integrating technology into the teaching and learning process. They were asking, for example, faculty member, it shouldn't be on an individual basis. It should come at the faculty level, departmental level. There should be some kind of planning to guide faculty members at a university or institution how to implement the technology into their teaching and learning process. And another number is, professor said if we had more classes equipped with technology, 57% out there, lack of classes. They talk about lack of classes equipped with technology. This is, they consider an obstacle to technology use. And we're not using technology because I teach in a classroom where we don't have internet, we don't have projector, we don't have all those tools. As a conclusion, some of the data-supported conclusion here. The first thing, involvement is very important. Getting everybody on board, make everybody involved in the implementation process. It's not a one man or one champion thing. This is very important. The engagement of especially top-level administrator at the university or institution, they have to be engaged on what you're doing because they're sitting up there. They try to stay far away, you know, from whatever technology projects are happening in their institution. Assessment also is very important to successful e-learning implementation. Second, the perceived benefits were limited to the facilitating role of e-learning in teaching and also its role in creating learning opportunity for students. They were limited, thus accenting the difference between opportunities of learning and the pedagogical outcome of e-learning. هون في عنا شغلة, we have a difference here between what are the pedagogical outcome of e-learning. Next, what are some of the recommendations? Well, actually, talking about recommendation, the first one is there should be a vision and planning for implementing e-learning, involvement or involving the entire community in the planning process, training and training and training, and of course the assessment part of faculty performance. Policies are very important. A lot of policies, a lot of professors said no policies. We don't know about any policy about e-learning at Notre Dame University or other institution. And the last thing, the last point I put is investing in lifelong learning for sustainability and development. And what I would like to talk next is about what we have done at Notre Dame University, what we have now, and what we're doing at the Lifelong Learning Center at the university. Now, what we have at NDU, we have a culture, I can say after 10 years, what I have done, and a lot of my colleagues, we have created a culture of using technology at the university. I don't say that we have a full-fledged online programs yet, and I'll tell you why is that. What we have is, we have a blended learning model at the university, but I can say that 50% of our faculty members are now ready once the Lebanese government or some other Arab countries, when they have all the rules, the policies about teaching online, online diplomas, online degrees, all that. Okay? So I can say that where we are now, a lot of our professors are happy with the technology. They are happy with the virtual learning environment, but what we have is a blended model. Yani the Blackboard is supporting the faculty members and students. We don't have any distance or online learning. What we have done to go a step further, and since I'm managing the Division of Continuing Education at the university, besides I'm managing the e-learning and the IT, what we have done is we have done, and this is for non-credit versus credit at the university. What we have done is, okay, technology is changing, you all agree with me. Social media is here, digital media is here, it's changing our lives, right? And what we have done is we have created a model, and I'll show you in 1 minute what's our model, is by using Facebook and transforming Facebook from just saying Facebook is for entertainment, for connecting with friends, what we are doing, we created content and we are using Facebook as a platform, okay, to be used by our student or students worldwide or whatever. You ask me why Facebook? I can simply say that Facebook, because our students and the users and the parents, and mothers, everybody is on Facebook. So we went to Facebook at the lifelong learning part, not at the academic part, non-academic program. And I'll show you an example. For example, we have a course, spoken Lebanese. A lot of people, Lebanese living abroad, asking, they come to our university or send email, don't you have something on CD or DVD? We have a spoken Lebanese course that we have transformed to a completely interactive course, and now it's on Facebook. So people can subscribe and they can learn the spoken Lebanese on Facebook. Let me just in 1 minute, بدي دقيقة بس وين راح شو اسمه هذا؟ أنا أشوف أنا. Okay, this is an example. And why we're using Facebook? Yani the model is, we hope, again, we're going to do a lot of surveys, we're going to do a lot of assessment, that the parents are going to be there because we put some content about business skills, leadership, time management, that every father or every adult can use this content. We have at the same time content for K to 12, all different type of lessons, biology, physics, and all interactive. And we have languages courses. Yani at the same page, the father and the son, the mother and the daughter, the student and the teacher can be all together, and everybody talk about informal learning, the importance of informal social learning and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a small demo now about, this is the virtual library, and of course, a student or anybody can subscribe, different type of subscription. It's a 1 month subscription. It can be 3 months or it can be 1 year. And here what we have is business skills content, language lessons, all different type of languages, and we have K to 12 lessons. Let me just go to the language lessons, let's say. It's all on Facebook. You're using the platform, Facebook platform. This is the course that was developed at NDU, and we have transformed it into completely online. And we have it at the university, but it's sitting in the depot, بالستوك يعني موجودين بالديبو طابعين كتب وسيديات ومحطوطين بال شو اسمه. I will finally, hoping that the internet connection here improve. Finally, I would say that if we want to move from people who are talking about 19th and 20th century and 21st century, if we want to move or shift, or this shift that should occur between to the 21st century, we have to have a shift from what we call education to learning. Yani, what I mean is, education is what institutions do, learning is what people do. A second shift should happen from consumption of information to participatory learning. So many examples, this is one of them. And the third one, a third shift should happen from institutions to networks. We have to shift from institution to networks, okay, especially with what we have with social media, digital media. I want to thank you very much. It didn't open, maybe the connection or whatever, but I mean block. Thank you very much for your time. I don't have the permission to one question. I have a student here at NDU. مين ايه? Would you like? خليها بس تحكي. She want to tell. She used an ex-student. Now she was talking. She wanted to tell us a little bit in 30 seconds about her experience. تفضلي جوش. هيدا أعطيها هيدا هدي.
I had questions that are not allowed, but there's going to be a Q&A session
هدي
afterwards.
أعطيها هيدا. تفضل. بدها طيب نو طيب سوري يعني خلاص.
There's going to be a Q&A session afterwards, after 2 talks, and you can afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you very much.